Welcome back. It's my channel, Black to the Film, and I am back. I've been on a huge hiatus because I've been trying to think about what to do to really make this channel special. But, excuse me, to no avail. To no avail, I decided that I'm just going to focus on doing one video a day and talk about it for 10 minutes. So, I'm going to give it another try. Okay? It's really, really hard to stay motivated when you're doing this for free. Not anybody's watching. Didn't like it's anybody watching. But I'm going to try this for the next 30 days and see what happens, right? What can it hurt? Everybody's in the same predicament right now. We're bored out of our minds. And, this is my therapy. So my goal is to cover one film a day and talk about it for you guys from the perspective of a black person. Tonight, I watched the film Antebellum with the illustrious Janelle Monáe, I believe, and I like to refer to it as the female version of Get Out. Okay, it's the female version of Get Out. So I don't want to give you too many spoilers yet, Janelle Monáe. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, so I will keep this as simple as possible. First, just let me say that Antebellum is insane. It is an insane movie, okay? Like I said, I don't want to give up the spoilers, but I can tell you that it's not as good as Get Out, but it's almost as close, right? Some things I'm going to talk about, I don't think you'll be spoiled by, so I'll just go on and talk about them. Movies about slavery, about enslavement of those referred to as black people, people like us, people what they refer to us as black people. Movies about the enslavement of us are dated. It's corny. It's tired. I mean, it's played out. I don't even know why people even still allow these to be produced. I don't understand what the obsession is. I don't understand why you don't make a movie that shows who you refer to as black people in a world before they were enslaved by like 500,000 years, 10,000 years. We've been on this planet such a long time. Just to stay fixated on this one little event in our history, one little event in our history that's more like over here. We started, hold on, which side is it? This side is it? We started over here, and we came across, and then we were enslaved, and then we continue. So, we like this much of our life is put into this much. Okay? Dated topic. The movie is very she-hero driven. So everything about it is about she-heroes. She-ros. Okay? No men. No men. I think it was like maybe I counted like one brother in the whole movie. A couple of black women are mostly enslaved. There's another brother in the movie. He stays silent for the most part. And that's it. It's all females. And, if you think about the people talking about protect the black female and black females don't feel protected, then you don't want to watch this movie because this movie is going to make you feel disgusted. I was very disappointed in Janelle Monáe because she came on the scene like this Afro-futuristic personality in her music and her literature, and she's done a lot of sci-fi movies. Disappointed that she would do another slave movie. She did Harriet, and then it's like she jumps back into this genre again. And I'm like, it's tired. I want to see us flying around space and ships and going to Mars and, Saturn and Alpha Centauri, people will say, well, hey, she was in Hidden Colors. And again, I'm like, you got 3 oppression movies in a row. You got 3 oppression movies in a row. 3 movies where those referred to as black people are oppressed in a row. That's Hidden Figures, Harriet, and Antebellum. I mean, come on. Aren't you bored? Aren't you bored with the roles that they give you? Why don't you just tell your agent, don't send me this shit no more? I know you're not. I know you're bored. So, what I didn't like about the movie, I didn't like that her husband, the black man, he is domesticated like a motherfucker. He's in there making breakfast and shit, asking her what type of pancakes she wants and all of this. And then, and she's just like cool with it. It's like it's expected. And she's the masculine one, right? But when she becomes a part of this enslavement cosplay, she's very submissive, right? It's like the threat to her life made her submissive. I mean, there was no threat to her life. She was empowered. But the threat to her life made her submissive. And she pretty much stays that way throughout the whole movie. She pretty much stays submissive throughout the whole movie. Because, she's in this slave cosplay. Which is kind of funny because it's like they got this little Civil War reenactors thing going. If you ever been to one of those Civil War reenactment things, people take them very seriously, right? They really stay in their role. And it's like, when they bring the reenactors around, it's like they think it's a game. So they think this person's an actor, this enslaved person is in on it, right? But they're really not. But because they're so into it, they think that they're in on it. But they're really not. It's real for them. These reenactors, it's not real for. It's literally like going to the gym. You go to the gym, you pay a membership, you get to smack a black person around and rape a black woman, and then you go home. Like nothing's like it's no like that's like that behavior to another person is normal. I don't know. I am without speech. I am speechless. But that's what they're doing. That's entertainment for them. I didn't like that they got the precious girl in here. Like she's this sex pot, a relationship expert. And I'm so tired of that trope of the big, sexy black woman. I'm just so tired of that trope. I live with a group of people who would call my being intelligent and educated lame, as in unattractive, no matter what you look like. But yet, women can look like anything and still be considered physically pleasing. That is very sexist. That is very sexist and misguided. So then a man can look like anything and be considered handsome or sexy to a female? That's what I want to know. But I will digress on that. I will digress on that. Anyway, long story short, she plays this she-hero. There's a lot of she-heroes out there. A lot of she-ros, right? So Janelle Monáe, she plays this she-ro. And she's like talking about that, the black female is the future. And this patriarchy, I guess she means the white male patriarchy, because that's who's in charge, is dead and gone, or needs to move out the way for the future. And, whoa. I really like that monologue because she's talking like a leader. It's like, yeah, bodyguard time. I got you, sis. Like she really was more. Like, I was really with it. I was like, yeah, I'm with it. Protecting her at all costs. Like I'm really Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really with it. Like my leader. You know, I'm really with it. You know, but it wasn't really like that. It was like really though. She's talking about that, but she wants to be separate from black people. She wants the black woman to be separate from black people. And that's what we really are today, right? The black woman, for the most part, is separate from black people, right? They don't say black people are educated or black people this or black people own that business or anything like that. They say the black woman is the most educated. The black woman owns all the businesses. The black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman, right? If it's a black man doing something good, they don't say that. They say black people, black people, black people, black people. Like, take the NBA athletes. They don't say black men are the only ones with the opportunity to earn the most money the fastest. They don't say that. They say black people have done well for themselves. Look at all the athletes and rappers, entertainers, all those black people, even though all those black people are all men, right? So in one capacity, you have the fact that the black man has the opportunity, is the only person that at any age in their life, well, any age up to 22, can make a lot of money for themselves, whether it's in athletics, the music business, comedy, entertainment, acting, what have you not, right? Nobody else can do that. Nobody else can do that. But they don't refer to them as that. They don't refer to them as black men. They refer to them as black people. See how far you come? Look at LeBron James. Look at Michael Jordan. See how far you come? Look at Jay-Z. See how far all that's over with. All this movies like Antebellum, that time is over with. So why do you keep making movies about it? If it's over with, right? Why do you keep making movies about it? It's like redundant at this point, you know? But it seems like that speech was really about that. And there's a lot of flaws with that speech. And that's the main flaw that how she ended up in this situation, right? Because when you get on that phone, let's be real here. When you get on that phone as a black female and you believe what she's spouting, and you call 911 because these other people want to put you back in that era, for real, who you think gonna show up at the door when you hit 911? The police. When you hit 911, is it going to be somebody like me, or is it going to be someone like them? The sons of the patriarchy, the same patriarchy that you called obsolete, needs to move out the way, dead and rotten, stinky, whatever terms you use, you know. You really think that's cool with them? Calling their patriarchy obsolete? You know? Come on, man. You gotta understand, I don't really want to give this away, but you gotta understand that in the movie, black women are portrayed as very vulnerable. And I would assume that they were picking a lot of black women who wanted to be in the normal world strong and independent. And they didn't like that. They wanted to be away from black people. So they took these black females and kidnapped them and basically bring them back to another period of time, an enslavement period, where obviously, I mean, they fell into submission really quick. I mean, like, crazy quick, right? Because their life was at threat. And no one was going to rescue them in this world. In a normalized world, they don't have to behave like that because they can hit that 911. But the two different things are really the same. It's just that in a normalized world, the way it's set up, that 911 is kind of like their friend. But yet, how are all of them allowed to be kidnapped and taken to this enslaved world, and that same 911 ain't looking for them? Or I shouldn't say ain't looking for them. I should say can't find them. With all the resources, can't find them. It's obviously a lot of reenactors coming down there to see them, but nobody's talking about this weird place where all these black women act like it's, 1750. You gotta go to this park. You gotta go to this theme park. It's the greatest thing. It's called Antebellum, and they've got black women being real slaves, and you can have your way with them for a couple of dollars. It's like none of that chatter comes up anywhere in this normalized world. Not on Facebook, not on Twitter, nowhere, right? So you gotta understand that. Anyway, I think the movie was bizarre as fuck. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was very disappointed. I did not like the way the black women were portrayed. Once again, very disappointed. I was literally flustered because I was like, man, all that stuff that's going on, and they're showing me this shit, and they're showing people this shit with all the stuff that's going on. This is what you put out for black people to see. Like, are you crazy? Or you just want me to be crazy? I mean, I can keep my composure. But, I mean, some people can't. Some people don't have that maturity. And I feel bad for them because that may be what the result is supposed to be. Excuse me. But I hope that this is the last slave movie ever. Because we don't need no more of that stuff. We don't need no more. That's the Burgoyne era. Forget it. Let it die. You ever wonder why, like, the Confederates lost? They still making movies about them. They lost. The Nazis lost. They still making movies about them. But they don't make any movies about the Japanese, and the Japanese lost too. It's like, if racism has lost, why are you still talking about them? America is a place of winners. We don't talk about second place. We don't talk about almost. Unless it was just like a little brother, big brother spat, right? Racism, Nazis, all that. Just like a little brother. America, big brother. They have a little tap. They shake hands, they good. Dab it up. I don't know. But anyway, I wouldn't watch the movie if I was you. You might be very disappointed. If you're a black female, don't be fooled by the hype. They treating you like trash in this movie, literally. Like trash. And I'm really disappointed by that. I have one more point to make, but I can't recall it, so I'm just going to sign off for now. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Two fingers. Black to the film, baby.